The meeting between the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks is a painful reminder of what could have been for the defending Eastern Conference champions. Damian Lillard expressed a desire to play for the Heat all offseason. It seemed like it was only a matter of time until he took his talents to South Beach. But they didn't do enough to convince the Blazers to take their deal, and now they're going to have to pay the price dearly. This is only the third game of the year, so we're not going to overreact this early in the season. But the way things are looking in Miami makes it seem like they will have trouble reaching the playoffs just as they did the previous year. I'm thinking they won't even get that far. Right now, their offense looks terrible. They are once again at the bottom of the league in points, offensive rating, and field goal percentage. This is nothing new to them, as they were unimpressive in offense last season as well. They were dead last in points, they had the 5th worst offensive rating, and the 6th worst field goal percentage. What carried this team to mediocrity was their defense. That's something that they've always excelled at since the start of the Jimmy Butler era. But unless this team becomes a reincarnation of the 2004 Detroit Pistons, their defense is not going to save them from all the problems they have on the offensive end. I'm not a YouTube coach or whatever, so I'm not going to get the clipboard out to explain all their offensive deficiencies. I don't think it's that deep. It's pretty simple in my eyes. There is zero chance that any NBA team can be successful if Tyler Hero is your number one scoring option. Currently, he's taken over 22 shots per game. He has the green light to shoot as many times as he wants because they simply don't have enough scoring options. Jimmy Butler is banged up and is simply uninterested in scoring with the same aggression that he does in the postseason. He would rather play within the flow of the offense instead of being a ball-dominant player. That's commendable, and I get that. But that would only work if they had any sort of depth. They've had that in the previous 4 seasons, and that formula has proven to work. That is no longer the case since the Heat let 2 of their top 5 leading scorers from last season's playoffs go. Gabe Vincent and Max Strus are no longer with the team. If we remember, they let them go in order to leave some room to bring in Damian Lillard. With them gone, they now have to let Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo take over the offense. They're the only 20 points per game scorers that they have, and they're barely reaching those numbers. This is a team that's going to struggle big time on offense. And unless their defense is clicking on all cylinders, then they're going to lose more games than they win. I honestly think that there is a strong possibility that this team will fall short of reaching the playoffs, and this could be the end of the Jimmy Butler era. That is such a shame considering where they were 4 months ago. They were on the biggest stage, competing for a championship. Then they became title favorites when we assumed they were going to bring in Damian Lillard. Now they've taken 2 steps backwards. Their stubbornness and unwillingness to work with the Blazers to build a package for him is what put them in this predicament. Now it's the Milwaukee Bucks that seem like they can dominate the league for the years to come. But it could have been the other way around. The only way they can compete is if they continue their dominant ways on the defensive end, and if Jimmy Butler can become a top 10 scorer in the NBA. He has proven many times in the playoffs that he can provide that kind of production. But at 34 years old, it could be that he's not physically capable of dominating on a consistent basis during the course of the season. It seems like he wants to pace himself in order to switch gears in the playoffs. Well, he's going to have to turn into Jimmy Butler much earlier than he wants to. If he can pick up his play and score at least 25 points per game, this team could be dangerous once again. If they have 3 players who are averaging over 20 points, then that's enough offense to be a serious contender in the East. I'll conclude by saying this. What he has done with the Miami Heat the past 4 years is legendary. He's not only exceeded all expectations, but he also has done enough to be considered a Hall of Fame player. He has nothing left to prove. The question is, does he have one more run in him? What is he willing to do to defend his Eastern Conference Championship season and to prove the doubters wrong yet again? What do you all think? Do you envision this team making noise this season, or is this the beginning of the end? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.